Hey, beautiful Master Light Blasters. All of you are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beings of unconditional love and light. A Master Light Blaster allows the darkness to activate our light, to open us up to our truth, to open us up to our divinity, and to continue that journey from that place of self, unconditional love, divinity, peace, abundance. So, good moment of now, everybody. This is Ria on the Run. Just stopping here. It's so beautiful and clear. And again, just going with the flow. I was going to go to the gym and not run. And like, holy crap, how could I possibly resist this? Receiving all of the light codes, the activations, that reflection of my sun within. Every moment is a moment of you, a moment to align, to embody, to allow all that you are multidimensionally to pour forth, to pour through you and be anchored in this beautiful physical place we call Earth, where we are right now. How beautiful. And even the weather today is representing that clarity, that sun illuminating, that open mind. And first of all, I guess we'll just take a nice deep breath in, guys, to connect to our sun within. The sun above me is a reflection of that sun that we are, such as all of Mother Earth's creations and form are reflections of our own self, our human body being able to self heal, rejuvenate, grow day and night and day, operating as one, the opposing forces working in that perfect symbiosis that Mother Earth displays every day. So we'll just take a nice deep breath in, guys. Breathe into your center, your heart space. Go a little deeper and a little deeper and hold it. Feel into your vibration. See your light illuminating beyond all comprehension, connecting you to your multidimensional self. Exhale. So the first point I just want to bring to mind is that whole idea of activations, codes, light, even light language. All of this in Mother Earth, everything has that capability to activate us in the sense that it is just mirroring the light that we already are to be brought into our consciousness so that we align to it. We're remembering it. We already are all of that. We already are all that we're meant to be. We already are healed. We are God's self energy, and that is nothing but pure love. But throughout the ages, and we'll call it frequency ages, we have created distortions and the illusions of what truth is, only to come back to ourself, to give us that physical, sensual, tactile experience of being human. And in that, we have created some distortions, and some of those distortions are bad, good, right, wrong, things not being right and labeled sin or negative or horrible or horrific. And the more that we can integrate and connect to our light, the more and more we realize that nothing is separate from us. It's only the way we are defining and labeling such things. And everything in our world in this moment of now gives us an opportunity to see through that higher frequency, to see and allow it to see through our heart of unconditional love. All sin is judgment at what we're seeing in our world. And who created that world? Us. And who are we? God. So, in that, if you believe that, understanding that God created all, it was the human perception, disillusionment of separation, which was chosen by the soul to experience to get us back, but to have that experience of our power in the created all. There is no sin, there is no judgment. Everything truly was just an experience created for us by us. And when we finally can embody that after going through many different layers, we get to the soul face. I did a beautiful, beautiful live, spontaneous live last night through accident by going with the flow, going on another page, and then Dina Fortune, and that makes sense, your last name, Fortune. Beautiful, beautiful, multi-dimensional, galactic conduit of unconditional love, aware of her multidimensional self, and she has come to bring forth and anchor in this unconditional love and wisdom. And that is what we are all called to do as master light blasters. And anyways, we were discussing sin, and we were discussing some other things. And to me, and take what you want, take what you want. When we speak our truth, it is spoken unconditionally. We talked about unconditional love, and unconditional love in the past meant trying to forgive somebody else, or having a hard time coming to the understanding or the terminology of, oh, what is unconditional love? What do you mean forgive that person? Look what they did to me. Well, the only reason you feel that is because you feel that person was separate. You feel that experience was separate of your own energy. And when we know, and not labeled good or bad, we know all is as it should be. That person or that situation or that scenario that you found hard to love or give unconditional love to was simply a reflection of an area within yourself that you were keeping separate or judging or criticizing. And then we project that energy out and label it. But we did that for the experience of separateness to come back to our unity, which is the truth. So as we come to that understanding, which we all are as we activate into higher frequencies, which is, it's already within us, just the outside experiences of now give us the opportunity to align, to see with awareness, with our consciousness being more open. And when our frequency being higher, we're able to see things at a deeper level with more clarity and openness, like the sun just permeating the earth of this beach right now. We realize that we are God's source energy, and God's source energy created all experiences. God is only love. All is just an experience, guys. And then we release the judgment, we release the separation, and that is where the ultimate peace lies. And that's where unconditional lies, because then we tap into that place within us, and then we express it. But the unconditional part is, and what it really means is having unconditional love for yourself, expressing your heart's truth unconditionally, regardless of what the outer reflection tells you, criticizes, or whatever. Because that little bit of transition where you might still be experiencing that gives you the opportunity as a human to demonstrate unconditional love. I'm going to anchor into my heart. I'm going to express my truth. I'm going to be me to the fullest, regardless of what the outside world shows, reflects back, as we dissipate the density of distorted things that have been created before us. So as we give unconditional love of self, meaning give of our heart, and this has been taken from one end of the spectrum to the other. It doesn't mean give to yourself and deplete yourself. It means be true to yourself unconditionally, regardless of what the outside may be reflecting back. And Dina was sharing last night so beautifully in one of her art pieces how she was sharing it with someone and they said it was shit. And we came to the realization that we see our world as we see ourselves. We reflect ourselves in everything. And so what we are seeing is a piece of us that we've come to transmute or to dissipate or to allow or to love, to call back all of those fractal parts of ourselves that we have labeled separate or judged as bad throughout the ages. Everything gives us an opportunity now to integrate, to see ourselves in it. And it was very beautiful because that person, she said, was going through a dark night of the soul. So they were traversing and transmuting and working through their own shit. So that makes sense. That is so beautiful in that, because it showed the truth in how we see what we see due to who we are. And when we can get to the point of non-judgment, it brings such peace and solace. There's nothing to confront. There's nothing to balance. All is as it should be. It's just an experience. And when we can come into that being, we have true peace, because then nothing is separate. Nothing is judged. Nothing is labeled as bad or good. How beautiful is that? That is the world we are all creating right now. We're all creating that through us, through our ascension, through us embodying more and more and more of this pure light. And that's what Mother Earth does. She reflects that purity. And we're always given those symbols and markers to anchor us, to help us to remember. And on our journey, we're given reflections of one another. And whether it's through contrast or resonance, it's all for us. It is all for our journey and expand and to anchor into that love and light that we are. And that's a hard journey. And then life, once you think you're there, life will give us the opportunity to exercise that, to exercise if that's what you're really embodying. Because as we exercise it and live it, that's how we anchor it into the physical body. That's how we activate those DNA strands that have been dormant. So we come up with the aha, the activation, then life gives us the opportunity to exercise this new wisdom, knowledge, insight, light, this light. And then it's almost like practice for the big game. Like an athlete doesn't become an Olympic champion and win the gold medal from just doing it. It practices in the physical. We are physical. We're called to practice that physical. So we receive that feminine intuition, and then the masculine part of us plays that out. And even if we feel that we're not doing it right, we have to remember it's just an experience. Everything is as it should be. We didn't miss any mark. It's just the way it should be. All right, let me just see you guys here. Well, keep that off. Hey, Tristan, Master Light Blaster, thank you for joining. And that's, Tamara, thank you, Master Light Blaster, for joining. Good to see you. If you guys don't mind sharing out, I appreciate it. I'm just on my run here and just wanted to share that because throughout the ages, what came up last night too, Dina showed us a drawing of the Fibonacci spiral. And what that spiral is, you know, it goes in and then comes out. So we come down as human and we start and we come back in and we work our way to our center again. We work our way into our center, and in that, with the circles, the Fibonacci spiral, every spiral is a circle. It represents a cycle that we have completed or we are going through to come to our center, our heart space. And in that, we're reflecting as a human all of the masks that we have worn, all of the beliefs, all of the layers and layers and layers that we are dissipating and transmuting into light. We automatically transmute them into light as we go through them and allow them. Then we come to the center, our soul, the face of our soul, our rawness, our authenticity, all masks off, bare, vulnerable, surrendered, accepting and allowing. And then we connect to that light, and then we go back up that spiral through many other cycles to practice that newfound connection. As in this timeline, that newfound connection, it was always there, but we came to have that experience, and it's so beautiful. So we spiral down to get to ourselves, and now we take all of that and we spiral back out to continue the expansion of the love and light that we are. We get to experience it through the physical. And this time is what we came for, to bring and anchor that and expand it as a physical being. We don't need to die to ascend. We don't need to physically die to transition to the light. We are transitioning now in every moment as we allow and release judgment. That is allowing. That is what true love, self, unconditional love is. Knowing all is an experience and holding no judgment. And if we know it's just an experience, guess what it takes away? All of those layers of shame, guilt, unworthiness, not stepping up our game, self-criticism. And then in all of those layers, we projected that throughout time. And now as we expand, little by little by little, and now it's happening exponentially, we come to this realization, self-realization, that we already were perfect in God's eyes. It was the limited ego mind that told us anything other. And it got all distorted. It got all blown out of proportion. And now we've come to our center of the Tootsie Roll Pop. And now we're spiraling back out, sharing all of that newfound truth. But on every spiral, giving that physical experience to live that, to be that through the physical human being. What an effing gift. How more abundant could we possibly be? Dina, I was just talking about you, my beautiful, stellar, multi-dimensional, galactic channel of unconditional love. That's what you are, Dina. And our little exchange last night really helped me to pinpoint and define what sin was again. I've done it before, but again, from a new perception through your sharing, that sin is nothing other than judgment. We're God source energy creating everything just for an experience. And when we know that, it takes away all shame, all sin, all judgment. And then we come to here, like I was talking to you last night in the live, you come to your soul face through all the layers to get you to release the mask, the unworthiness, the shame, everything. You get to go here. And now what you're doing, Dina, is you're taking that connection of your unconditional love, undo, paste, cancel. And then you're taking that and expanding it back out, and the world is giving you the opportunity to display all that you just connected. You brought forth that Fibonacci spiral. So we spiral in, connect, and then we spiral back out just to further that expression of all that we just came to, our God source energy. And we don't need to die. How awesome is that? Son of a bee, Dina, it was so fun. I thank you a million times. I'm like, oh my God, another soul sister. It's so awesome. And when we collaborate and come together, we reflect that pure light. And the more connected we are to our soul face, I'll just call it soul face because I saw that little face in the middle of that painting you shared, but I also saw what James saw, the Mother Mary swaddling the baby. And our Mother Mary is that intuition, that divine feminine creating, and then going back out the spiral, coming back out and sharing our creation unconditionally. That is the most beautiful thing. That is the epitome of self-love, self-acceptance, and unconditional love. It's not something we project out. It's something that we hold, and it's a state of being that we are. And we keep giving regardless of what the outside projection shows us until it finally projects that purified version. We get the experiences and we exercise it in every opportunity. And then once we're our master, then we don't need to keep experiencing that to prove it to ourselves. And it's not even that we're proving it. The physical body needs it to anchor and activate our DNA, to be new beings, be light beings, be the beings of light that we are in the physical. Is so awesome. All right, guys. So I just wanted to share that, my Ria on the Run. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Master Light Blaster Dina. And I'm sure that you've already connected the dots of what your last name is. Fortune. When we come to that awareness of our true abundance, holy shit, it's just unlimited fortune, abundance, life. Tamara, Master Light Blaster, beautiful soul sister who's trekked the darkest of the dark to come out alive and brilliant and to be this being, this space holder of unconditional love. Who else we got out there? Anyone? I saw Tristan, beautiful Master Light Blaster. I don't know your story and all of that, but you are a master, no doubt, of light, allowing the darkness, allowing the struggles and the challenges to activate your light, because it is just the struggles and the challenges is resistance. It's density built in a belief that's no longer serving us. And then we get the opportunity to not have to keep going through it with horns, trying to bust through. No, we don't need to. Allow the resistance to create a friend. Allow the challenge, the block to be our friend. Whether we decide to just go a different path, that's okay. We can trust ourselves. We didn't trust ourselves because we had so much judgment and rules and laws and definitions to follow. We're coming into the time where we can just purely illuminate our light and trust what is before us, because things are as they should be, and it's just an experience our higher self has created for us. All right, guys, I'm going to continue my run, guys. May you all receive that reflection of that beautiful light. Where is it? Oh, man. Above me, as that reflection of your own light. We are only receiving and activating the light that we already are through the visions, through the senses, through our remembering. We're remembering we're already healed. We're already whole. We're already perfect. It's just getting back to that and remembering as we dissipate, transmute, and just accept no separation. And then we become full again. We are integrating the polarities to work as one, because we are one love, one life. All right, guys, may you all shine with the entirety of all the love and light that you are. Shoo.